On the 3-year anniversary of AEW, yes, hard to believe it's been 3 years, what a wild ride it's been, we ask ourselves one simple question: where has the time gone? Well, as the old saying goes, time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. I'm John Renton with my review of AEW Dynamite from the Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, kicking off a few days of festivities in Sin City itself, the go-home show for AEW Double or Nothing. After my AEW Rampage review on Friday, I will have my AEW Double or Nothing predictions, and well, it's certainly going to be a loaded card, and they're putting on a few final touches on this show, and then they're saying one final match on Rampage, so at least they're making the most of their TV time. So, kicking off with the cage match. They are going to need to bolt that cage down to the floor a little bit better. More on that later. MJF getting some serious boos, coming out in bike shorts and a ref shirt, custom-made ref shirt, just healing it up, being a goddamn little shit. And then Spears comes out in a skull mask. Ooh, spooky. Spears is a good worker. He's just not interesting at all. But he served his purpose here. Wardlow comes out to huge cheers. MJF can't find the cuff keys, so Wardlow has to go at being cuffed. Like, I can't do anything, even though they're gimmick cuffs. It's Wardlow versus Spears in a steel cage match with MJF as the referee. MJF helps Spears gain the advantage, beat him up, beat him up, beat him up. You know, that really was typical. It was the last step before Wardlow can get his hands on MJF. And if he puts his hands on MJF during this match, well, he's fucked. And he will never be able to sign a contract with AEW, and he won't get the match with MJF. And that's during the match, by the way. That's important for the aftermath. Wardlow breaks the cuffs and beats down Spears, but MJF eventually, helps Spears gain the advantage again by hitting a low blow, and then the C4 for 2, and MJF's all upset. Since you can only win by pinfall or submission, Spears leaves the cage, gets a chair, and because he's the chairman, and MJF's holding up Wardlow. You can see it's coming from a mile away. Spears goes, Wardlow ducks, and he hits MJF, who takes a terrific bump, and he's out. He's just flat out. Colder than a banker's heart. He is out. He is out. He is colder than a stepmother's kiss. He's totally out. And then Bryce Remsburg comes down after a powerbomb symphony. And then he's checking on MJF. You think that MJF's going to pop up, but no, he doesn't. He's just totally out. Selling that, chair shot great. And then basically he hits a powerbomb on the chair. 1, 2, 3. Just putting his foot on his chest. The crowd roars throughout this. And it was great. Then the security guys run in. And they, like lemmings, are getting beat up. And then he powerbombs one where he hits the wall and then just drops to the floor. I hope that guy's all right. Somebody sent me a tweet to that guy. Apparently, tweeted out that he's all right. Can somebody help get him from under the ring? I know that they're indie workers, but there's no way to prepare for a bump like that. There you go. And Wardlow staying on top of the cage. MJF's looking scared. Perfect fucking way to do this. Great opener. Then it gets somber because JR mentions the tragedy in the town in Texas, west of San Antonio. I was told that by a friend of mine. Something's got to stop. Can you make it happen? Okay. Soapbox time. If you don't want to hear me talk about this stuff, well, too fucking bad. I'm going to fucking talk about it. Okay. When I wave like this, I'm going to come back. Okay. Now I'm on my soapbox. All right. This is enough. Enough. It's been enough for a number of years. Sandy Hook should have been, Columbine should have been the fucking end of it. Kids should feel safe in school, from elementary school all the way to high school to college. It doesn't fucking matter. People should feel safe at the grocery store, at the mall, anywhere. Movie theater doesn't fucking matter. Now, there are some people that are trying to push the whole bullying thing, and that's why he did this. Okay, what did those kids do to that guy? Let's just do the bullying thing. Plenty of people were bullied in high school. I was bullied in high school. I was bullied in school. Not once did I think about doing something like that. Now, some people will push the mental health aspect. Mental health is something that needs to be taken seriously in this country, but unfortunately, there aren't enough avenues where people can get the proper care. So, okay, you say it's that issue. Anybody that says it's that issue, especially politicians, you going to set up programs and make it easier for people to gain access to that? Oh, you're not? No, you're just doing your thoughts and prayers from a fucking storybook. Fuck your God, fuck you too, especially for Ted Cruz. Ted fucking Cruz, that goddamn little spineless bitch that didn't even defend his wife from the goddamn orange-haired orangutan that stupid fucks voted for, by the way. And if you voted for Trump, get the fuck off my goddamn channel. You don't deserve to even be classified as fucking human. But Ted Cruz also fled to Cancun. Because, of the big freeze that happened in Texas. That was fucking horseshit or whatever. He shouldn't have been allowed to goddamn come back at all. And then there's Governor Abbott, who should stand up for something. Oh, he can't. He fucking can't. He's a spineless little bitch. Somebody needs to mack in me his goddamn ass, and if you know, you know. Nobody's going to miss him when he's gone. Nobody's going to miss Ted Cruz when he's gone. Any of these people that got the NRA blood money in their goddamn pockets, you all are fucking goddamn pieces of shit. And I don't care if you're on this side, this side, this side of the political fence. I don't fucking care. If you think that something doesn't need to be done about this bullshit, you're fucking wrong, and you're fucking goddamn lying to yourself, and you're fucking goddamn idiots. I don't care if you're a gun owner. I'm not advocating that people get their guns fucking taken away. Enough already. Fucking enough. God damn it. Children should feel safe. These kids have their goddamn lives ahead of them. Now they don't. But the police apparently didn't do anything about it. Read up about that bullshit. Bunch of... I'm just going to say this much right now before I get way, way too fired up, because I'm already pretty fired up and I feel like I'm about to turn as red as this goddamn shirt. Children need to be safe. People need to be safe wherever they go. And if that requires stricter gun reform laws, good. Fucking good. We're a country that is about to fucking fracture because of a bunch of goddamn nut jobs that need to basically be put in fucking check. And basically be on an FBI watch list as far as I'm goddamn concerned. Fucking enough already. This is fucking frustrating. And I'm not even somebody that has children. There are people I know that have children, and this needs to fucking end. If this doesn't fucking end, then it's just going to get to the point where people are going to be doing homeschooling, or kids are just going to take their lives in their hands. Address the actual fucking issue, and then worry about stuff like that. Do the mental health stuff, and do the gun reform laws. You can do both, if you weren't a bunch of fucking goddamn cowards. If you happen to not be taking any of these shootings seriously, fuck you and fuck the fact that you're here. And oh, by the way, there is one of those guys, apparently one of the parents, that apparently was a big Rittenhouse supporter. So I feel bad for his kid. His kid didn't deserve to suffer. Him, I hope that eats away at him and he just freaking rots away because he fucking deserved it. His kid didn't. But karma's a goddamn bitch, isn't it? Oh, I'm being too much of an asshole? Too fucking bad. I fucking had fuck Ted Cruz, fuck Governor Abbott, fuck their mothers for giving birth to them. They should have been brought up on capital charges. Enough already. Something needs to be fucking done. This is goddamn ridiculous. Innocent children and teachers that just want to get an education, and teachers just want to give an education. Quote JR, something's got to stop. Can you make it happen? Can you fucking cowards make it happen? Goddamn atrocious. Innocent fucking children. Stupid fucking NRA worthless fucks. You're all responsible. Okay, now I'm back to the review. And if I lost subscribers, I don't really fucking care. Great cage match. Great fucking cage match. The powerbomb stuff was great. I really hope that indie wrestler's alright. And then the Jericho Appreciation Society knocks a tech guy for wearing a Mox t-shirt. And Jericho says, I'm going to launch a fireball at you because I'm a grand wizard. Hey, I wonder what Jericho think. By the way, let me get back up on my soapbox. I don't really fucking care. He posted a video about his niece being bullied. Now I feel bad for his niece. I wonder if Jericho maybe could explain to his niece that he's a fucking two-faced hypocritical jackass for the money that he donated to a certain individual that wanted to fuck his own daughter and also has a lot of credible assault and R cases against him. Maybe he could explain that to his niece and say, oh yeah, you know, honey, I'm sorry you got bullied and everything, but your uncle's a goddamn two-faced jackass. The kid didn't deserve that. Jericho deserves every bit of bad shit that happens to him. Oh, by the way, I'm coming back. This is a fun review. Yeah, he's the Grand Wizard, Chris Jericho, launching Fireball. This was stagey and stupid. The Sheik made the Fireball stuff work. Shivani introduces Punk to a pop, and Punk got a good reaction. He got some boos, because some people are fans of Hangman Page. And Shivani actually held up the mic like a moderator. Like, my God, they actually did this right. Page did take the mic away from him. This wasn't Page's best promo at first, but it got better. And he got more into it, more fired up. He did say he would light a pipe bomb, roll it down at Punk's feet, down the ramp at his feet, and let it blow up in his face. And Page got fired up, saying that I will be defending AEW from you. AEW means a lot for me, or a lot to me. Punk says, if you're so upset about me being here, you'll have to do something about it on Sunday. You built it, or it's like, you talk about this, I built this, I gave you the blueprint, all this, it was great. You were going to shake my hand. No handshake. And Page clobbers him. And Punk's smiling, because he can get him angry, and he can make him make a mistake. And Page realized that. This is well built, and I will say this, I think it's guaranteed that Punk wins. There's a little bit of doubt in me that Page might pull it off. We get pre-tapes of Jade and Anna Jay. I really hope Anna's going to try. Jade will try, but oh boy. Regal joins commentary. The Jericho Appreciation Society joined. Why is Jericho dressed like a 80s tribute rocker? Oh, because he is. He joins commentary. Wild thing, you make Vegas sing, and they beat Moxley and Kingston beat up Private Party. The arguing between Jericho and Regal got a little bit annoying. I hope that Quinn's okay because he seemed to hurt his back. And yeah, they won. And then 4 men in the ring and the referee's just going to let it go. JR says, JR's taking a piss out of this. And then we get a brawl afterwards. Surprise, surprise. They target Brian's leg because it was trapped in the ramp. And he's okay. Seemingly he's all right because they put it up on their YouTube channel, so obviously he's all right. Is what it is. I didn't care for this. Private Party hasn't meant shit. I do hope Quinn's back is all right. So video package on Britt and Tony and Joe and O'Reilly because they're the last two of the 3 last semifinal matches because we have Statlander and Ruby Soho on Rampage. FTR gets a big pop. Caprice Coleman joins commentary for this Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship match. Really good wording, good pacing, best pacing, much wow. FTR versus Rapogni Vice, Rocky Romero, and Trent Beretta? Or maybe he's Trent Beretta now. I don't really care. Heavy strikes and some good pace here. I mean, there was some good stuff here, as you would expect with it. It's between FTR and like a couple other people for my favorite wrestler of the year so far. Yes, a tag team can win wrestler of the year. So the Rapogni Vice jump at Dax, and we get a good back and forth. Signed Danielle Camella, the former Vanessa Bourne from WWE. Good. Why not sign her? I mean, they need more women that can actually work, and I think Danielle's a good project. Seriously, she's never going to be the best worker in the world. But she improved in WWE, was never really given much of a goddamn chance, has a great look, a great fucking look, and I think it adds something to the women's division. A guy, sudden onset, Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb, and JR made special note not to mention Great O'Khan, because he probably would have called him this tall man from the Orient. If you get it, you get it. We had table bumps, and they want the Ring of Honor Championship, or Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship gold. Okay. Certainly didn't expect that, but good for them. I assume we are getting that at the pay-per-view. We're probably actually getting it at Forbidden Door now that I think about it. But hey, you got a month till Forbidden Door. You got your pay-per-view coming up here in a bit. Or your Double or Nothing pay-per-view. You got to hit the pedal to the metal and maybe even try to hype up something on Rampage. They're going to really have to try hard here because soon New Japan's going to not necessarily go on hiatus, but after the Best Super Junior Finals on June 3rd, they're going to have a break till Dominion. And then they're going to have a few road shows, and they're going to kick things into gear with the G1 in July. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do this Forbidden Door pay-per-view. I will be ordering it, of course. I just hope that it's not just a bunch of random matches. They try to actually have something to it. But then again, it's probably going to be like the WCW versus New Japan Super Show, that is. Where there will be some good and there will be some, oh, we're just doing this. So anyway, cool to see. It seems like O'Khan's having a great time in Vegas. If you've seen those pictures, you know what I'm talking about. He's using the Eliminator Claw in a different way. So we got Hardy's pre-tape, and they call the Bucks Hardy cosplayers, and we are in our over prime. No, you're just over. You can't wrestle anymore, Jeff. You can't fucking wrestle. Starks makes his entrance, Swerve makes his entrance, gets a pop, and Tarzan Boy gets a pop. Jungle Boy versus Ricky Starks versus Swerve Strickland. Be you good or be you messy? A little bit of both, but mostly good. Obviously, there were just going to be spots, but it wasn't dull and the crowd was into it. Starks is a fucking star. I don't understand how WWE lets Swerve go. And a poison run and Swerve lands on his feet. He landed on his feet. Can you believe it, Tony? Damn it, JR. I mean, yeah, okay, it's a silly spot. At least they didn't hit the poison run, but JR just taking the piss out of stuff. Rochambeau, but the snare trap. Oh no. We get Swerve coming back with the kicks and the stomp off the top, and Starks takes the pin, guaranteeing Swerve and Lee will not gain the tag titles on Sunday. And then aftermath with Hobbs, Luchasaurus battling, and then Keith Lee shows up, and they stop what they're doing, and then Keith Lee does his spot and jumps over the top. And I love Keith Lee, but I really, really hope that maybe he stops doing that kind of stuff. That looked dicey. That looked really, really dicey. That's just my opinion. And then we cut back to Lambert, the sheepish lion Dan Lambert, with Sky and Ethan. I ordered Sky a new TNT Championship, and it will be here on Rampage. So in literally an hour is what it will be on. Then Shivani introduces Thunder Rosa, who is dressed like a cowgirl. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a cultural connotation there. Obviously, I love Thunder Rosa. I mean, and she's so well spoken. She just, English, Spanish doesn't matter. She's great. She knocks stuff out of the park as often as possible, even with people that are, just getting started in wrestling. She can give them enough and still look like a star. She's just that much of a natural at it. And she really did her best to hype up this match with Serena, which will be, from a technical perspective, I think very, very good. I just have a hard time being invested in Serena for obvious reasons because of the whole Marty Scurll, association. But that being said she used to look up to her, but she doesn't anymore. They do play her music too early. There was a promo that didn't get interrupted, except by the music. The technical production team is in cahoots. I miss doing videos with Derb, but great on Thunder Rosa for getting to do a promo. Please, after this match with Serena, if she beats her, which I goddamn hope she does, she deserves a long reign, please book her properly. Get her some matches. Have her have some matches on Rampage, on Dynamite. I know that she has matches on, the YouTube shows here and there, but just seriously. You got a women's champion that can be just as good, if not better, than Britt Baker from a work perspective. Nothing against Britt. You got a chance here with Thunder Rosa. Don't fuck it up. That's my opinion. So Shivani then interviews Red Velvet backstage, who's interrupted by Ruby, and Red says, hey, here's a book about Statlander's injuries. Why didn't you just hand her a slip of paper? Why'd you write it in a book? Whatever. Take a look. It's in a book. I don't fucking care. Britt Baker versus Toni Storm, Owen Hart semifinal match. Oh dear. I don't know what happened, but from the moment the bell rang, something was off. There was a step spot where it seemed like Toni either busted her nose or, I don't think broke her nose. I hope not. But even before that, something was off. Something was really, really off. And from there, it just got worse. Jamie Hayter showing up. And then a bad roll-up, 1, 2, 3. Nothing was good about this match. And I'm not the biggest Britt Baker fan in the ring, but Britt has certainly tried and done some good stuff. Britt, I think, has improved in the ring. Is she the best? No. But she's a dynamic character and a good gimmick. Just it was a bad day at the office. And something seemed off about both of them from the word go. Especially after that step spot. But it is what it is. I also find it funny how they always jam the women's stuff together and just in one block. You can spread it throughout the show. Wonder if they know that. Rampage is going to have Ruby versus Statlander and Owen Hart semifinal match. And the Bucks are in action. Danielson versus Matt Sydal and Double or Nothing card rundown. And Joe versus O'Reilly and Lookout and Owen Hart semifinal match. Where O'Reilly kept targeting the arm and Joe beat him with the Coquina clutch. That's really all I got to say. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I think that this is Joe's last run because he is north of 40 with a lot of injuries. But he's in the best shape he's going to be. And if this is his last run, it's going to be something. Hopefully his body holds up for a couple years so he can have some more good matches. And then Adam Cole, baby, comes out and has a little bit of a face-off with him, and that's it. So, again, Rampage review on Friday afternoon, and then Double or Nothing predictions will be up sometime that evening. Because if they had the whole card set, well, then I would do it. But still want to wait for Statlander and Ruby to happen to see what the finals will be. They're going to have Cole and Britt win, by the way. That's what's going to happen. Then they're going to be the couple kissing, and then watch them have Gargano and Candice show up, and everybody just says, why? At least that'll be me. Anyway, agree, disagree what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.